Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So finally, I got my suspension for the Miata. Today, we're going to be installing it. It's super early in the morning. It's like 6:30 right now. And I'm kind of tired, but I don't want to make too much noise, and I don't want it to get to like 95 degrees. So I'm going to try and bang this out within the next hour. But let me show you what I got. So these are the coilovers that I got. They are by a company called Riaction USA. I've heard very good things about them, and they are super nice. They are 6K spring rates in the front and 5K in the rear, which are super soft, but they're going to be good for daily driving because that's what this car is going to be, a fun street car. But yeah, so this is what I got. I'm going to be jacking up the car. I'm going to start with the rear and show you guys the process of what you have to do to get the rear stock suspension off. Alright guys, so we have the rear suspension here. So we're going to be taking off this bolt right here that holds the rear shock. That's a 17mm. And then there's going to be, I'm going to have to remove this panel here in the trunk. There's just 4 bolts that hold it in. And then we're going to have access to the top hats of the driver's side. And then I know some people just hop on the actual control arm and just hop up and down and try to get the spring and everything off, but I'm probably just going to let go of the link here, and then I don't want to remove this. We'll see if I'll be able to get around it, but I'm going to start by removing this bolt here. I'm going to remove the top and then the sway bar link and see if I'll have enough room to maybe step on the rotor here and be able to take everything down. So now we're in the trunk. We removed the bottom bolt there, the 17mm. Now you got to take off this panel here from what I showed that has 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then you get access to the top hat there. There's a couple of like hoses here in the way, but there's going to be 2 14mm bolts that you're going to remove from the top hat right here, 1, 2, and then it'll allow everything to drop down. Alright guys, so now everything is removed. You have the 17mm bolt removed here, the sway bar link, the 14mm nut and bolt is removed from the link. Now this is free to move back and forth. And then the 2 14mm strut top, the strut mount bolts, they're off too. So now we should be able to push this down and remove the first one. Alright guys, so unfortunately I don't think the method is going to work because I'm by myself doing this. If I had somebody else, I'd be able to stand on it or have them stand on it and then pull the whole assembly out. But I'm going to have to remove right there to be able to lower everything. So that's the plan. I'm going to remove that and then pull everything out easier that way. Alright, so first one's out. I had to remove right here so that this was able to drop all the way, since I don't have a second person to just jump on it to try to get it out the easy way, but that's alright. It takes another like 2 minutes. So now I'm going to piece it all back together, put the new coilover in, and then start on the next side. Guys, so side number 1 is in, everything is all tightened up, it looks really, really nice. That's the height that I'm going to be rolling with right now. Once I put the wheels on and lower the car, I'll do any adjusting that I need to do, but so far, that's how it's going to sit. I don't want the car to be slammed either, just a heads up. You know, I want it to sit nice, I want it to ride well, I don't want it to be too stiff, so I have the dampening right now set to like halfway, so I think that should be good, but everything is tightened up, and now I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll start on the front. Right guys, so the whole second side, the rear passenger side is in, everything's tightened up. All we have to do now is, this is also the place where it is to remove it. So they give you new hardware as well, which is really nice. So just gotta tighten these up and the rears are done, then we can move on to the front. Right guys, so that's how my rear's sitting right now. It is a little lower than I feel like I want it because I know it's gonna rub. But I feel like once I roll it off the wood and the brick, it'll sit more like how it is on this side, which my driveway is a little angled. So you see, it sits a lot better right here. So hopefully I can achieve that on the other side. Like I said, my driveway is angled, so that could be it. But I really like the way it looks. So now we're gonna tackle the front. Guys, so now we're in the front of the car for the front suspension. So we're gonna be removing the sway bar link in the front. That's gonna be a 14mm bolt. We're gonna be removing this nut and bolt as well for the front, very similar to the rear style one. That's a 17mm, and then there are two on the top hat right here, which are also going to be 14mm, and the same is going to apply to the other side as well. So let's take this apart. Hopefully it comes out easily, and hopefully I'm not going to have to take off the long bolt for the control arm. Hopefully I could just sneak it out, because that's going to be a pain if I need to remove this long bolt here. I'm going to try and push down by myself to see if once I remove all of these, I'll be able to get it. So. Yeah, so getting these bolts out without an impact is kind of crappy. It would be much nicer if I had an impact, but I don't. So we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Let's just turn this out. I might even hit it with a mallet, with a screwdriver. Yeah, I think that'll work better. Yeah guys, this is super hard to do by yourself. I'm really not trying to take off the control arm, so I'm just trying to pry it off. I might be able to, maybe. I don't know guys, it's not seeming too promising. I'm gonna keep trying off camera and see if I can get it off. The front suspension is done guys, everything is all nice and tight, bolted up. So getting out the stock strut is probably the worst thing you could possibly do, but everything is all nice and tight. These look really nice, so I'm gonna throw on the wheels and see how the fitment is and see if I have to adjust anything and then go from there. All right guys, so I'm going on my first test drive with the car. So I just finished it up, everything's tighten all the wheels down. Let's see how the car feels. So right off the bat, honestly, I can immediately tell that the suspension is a lot more stiff than the stock suspension was. So this actually feels really good. So the dampening on the coilovers, I did it so it's 32 way adjustable. So it's 32 clicks that you could go hard or, you know, all the way to 0 for soft. Mine's in the middle, so I have all 4 corners at 16 clicks. So it's not the softest setting, the hardest setting is right in the middle. So it should be, you know, not too hard, not too soft, but so far the car feels good driving, honestly. Like, oh guys, this feels really good. It's taking all the bumps around my streets here really well. The car feels very planted. Now, mind you, I've only gone up to like 25 miles per hour, but feels really good. Honestly, if you're looking for like a good, I wouldn't say budget, but something better than a Raceland, obviously, like, you know, this isn't going to be a $400 or $500 coilover. It's a little more expensive. They are in BC Racing price range. Just so you know, they cost about the same as BC Racing coilovers. Now, the reason why I didn't go with BC Racing, even though many people told me to, and honestly, I thought about it, I was going to, but I decided against it just because I liked the spring rates on these coils a little better. The BCs have a higher spring rate, so the ride wouldn't be as smooth. This only has a 6K in the front and a 5K in the rear. So for daily driving, it's really nice. And yeah, so that's why I went with this. I want like a very comfortable street car that's fun. So that's why I ended up going with this option over BC Racing, which has a higher spring rate coilover. So yeah, I wanted to go with a softer setting, and I've heard a lot of good things about this company, and they're newer if I'm not mistaken. So trying to support a smaller company, you know, see how their product is. And honestly, if it really was that bad, you know, a simple complaint, you know, might have maybe got my money back or some money back. But yeah guys, honestly, it feels really good. Well, that's going to conclude the video, guys. Thank you for watching. These coilovers feel really good for street driving. Honestly, like, they feel great. Like I said, I have the dampening adjusted in the middle, so again, it's not too hard and it's not too soft, but they ride really well. Car feels really planted to the ground, so I'm super happy. Again, these are Riaction USA coilovers. I'm gonna put the link of this product in the description, so hopefully you guys enjoy. It's been a hot day, so the video might not be the best. It's really hot outside, and I'm in a long sleeve, but I don't want to get sunburned. So yeah, but guys, anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know I'm doing an okay job, and I'll see you guys next time.